Toastmasters and guests. Have you all been paying attention to the news? Yes. Have you heard that scientists say that having a pet is really good for your health? Okay. Yeah, it's supposed to lower your cholesterol, lower your blood pressure, relax you overall, just really good for your health. So, show of hands here, how many of you have ever had a pet? Raise your hand. Oh, good, okay. So, dog people, raise your hand. How many people have had a dog? All right. So, Douglas, what kind of dog did you have?
I used to raise chocolate Labrador retrievers.
Oh, very friendly, wonderful family dogs. Yes, yes. Anybody else? What was your, somebody else raise their hand, said they had a dog? Linda, you had a dog? No? Yes? You had a dog, Papa?
Yeah. A Labrador.
A Labrador also? Okay, all right. What was your Labrador's name?
Brown, because he has brown spot on his body.
Okay. Yeah. Great dogs, great dogs. How many cat people here? Raise your hands. Very well, we got a lot of cat people here. Okay. How many cats do you have, Ted?
They died.
Sorry. Oh, that's sad.
Sad.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so we won't go there. That sounds like that could be sad. Anybody else want to tell me about their cat? Yes? Back over there, yeah? A dog. Okay. Cats? One more cat. Rob.
Well, first of all, I would like to point out that striking a dog has a better effect on the health than striking a cat. It's really, and that's mainly because cats are really arrogant, dominant animals that don't listen or obey their owner. So the health effect of dogs has been proven to be much more substantial than that of cats or goldfish or rabbits. They're quite distractive and slightly, well, more of a nuisance and smelly, etc. So the impact of dogs on health for humans is much more profound, and they're more serving. So for all those cat people here, I would really urge you to try to take raising a dog and taking care of a dog, because there's much more relaxing.
Thank you, Rob. You sound like a real authority that has passionate opinions on this topic. And so perhaps maybe your next speech you can talk about this. Moving on,
have you considered taking the difference between the different species of dogs? Do you know that golden retrievers have a much more softening impact on people than, for example, Chihuahuas? Because the character of the dog also reflects on the health impact.
Thank you so much for sharing, and I'm looking forward to your next speech about dogs. My speech, by the way, is not about dogs or cats. It's about fish. Fish. So, do you have any fish lovers here besides me? Oh, okay. I'm not even going to ask you about your fish, though. I'm afraid you're going to tell me they all died. Yes, Linda, what about your fish? Do you have a fish name?
Mr. Rob,
Yes.
I want to say something about it. It's like our cat.
Let me stop you right here, Linda. Let me stop you right here. We'll talk about this in the question and answer period, okay? I can understand how this might be a little confusing at the moment. You'll find out. We kind of are playing a little game right now, and we'll let you in on the joke at the end of the speech, okay? Thank you. All right, so fish. On to my topic. Fish make the ultimate pets.
What about ferrets?
What about ferrets?
They're the ultimate pet.
Okay, so you want to talk about ferrets, do you? All right. I have had different experiences with ferrets, Ted. So again, maybe during your next speech you can educate us about ferrets. On to fish.
Why would you have the parrots have a better health impact? That doesn't make any sense. The effect of stroking a dog has been proven to be super impactful on the health and loneliness of people, much more than parrots. So if you have any studies that show that, I would love to read them, because I haven't come across them yet.
All right, thank you, Rob. Thank you. I'm going to go back to the topic of my speech. And maybe the two of you can converse after my speech and talk about ferrets and cats and whatever else you would like to talk about. But I'm going to proceed and tell you why fish make the ultimate pets. I want to first start with a personal story, and that is that a goldfish launched my writing career. I'm a published author. I've written a lot of articles and short stories for children and adults and teenagers. And when I was 7 years old, my teacher submitted a short story I had written about my goldfish with the rather unoriginal name of Goldie into the school's writing contest. And the story won. So that was my first success as a writer. So I went on then to, when I got older, to write more. And you might say that Goldie the goldfish launched my writing career. For that I am very grateful. For those people who are considering having a pet, I want to tell you that fish are the ultimate pets because, well, there's so many reasons, frankly, and I'm going to talk about what some of those are. Especially for people who have never had a pet before, I would highly recommend that you consider having a fish for a pet. Number one, fish are very calming. If you've ever stood in front of an aquarium or you've ever gone snorkeling, you know, as they kind of float by, and then your worries kind of fade away. So that's why I like to go snorkeling. That's why I like to watch fish. I'm a fish fan. Number two, you will never have to take your fish to the vet. Ever. Your fish will never need shots, rabies shots, nothing. It will not need any of that stuff. Oh yes, good question. Kaofeng, yes.
I think the fish need to.
Well, from experience.
Really? My father gave them a shot.
Your father gives your fish shots. Wow.
And he learned how to do it and just get the medicine and they got sick. Even I was young. They all died.
Because your
Got
dad
a fish
gave them
also.
shots? They gave
No,
them shots and they died?
No. They died by cats.
Oh, oh, there we go. Don't get him started. Don't get Rob started again on cats. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear about that, but for most people, fish are pretty low maintenance pets. They don't require trips to the vet. You don't have to give them flea collars. Also, they're low maintenance in that you don't have to walk your fish. The neighbors will never complain that your fish was barking all night and kept the baby up. Rob.
Yes. I don't know if you have a lot of fish, you also know that cleaning the aquarium is actually quite a lot of work. Make sure that the oxygen level in the water is good, that there is enough plants and vegetation in there. It's actually quite a lot of work. Cats, in that sense, are more for lazy people than fish.
Wow. You really have a lot of strong opinions about this, Rob. But then, you know, I recognize from hearing your speeches in the club that you have strong opinions about a lot of things. So I would agree that you would have strong opinions about fish. And again, I'm really looking forward to your next speech. I'm hoping it's going to be on this topic. But moving along.
Which is dogs or fish?
Oh, it'll be a surprise. All right. Fish are very clean, and that means that they don't track mud on your carpet. You don't have to brush fish hair off your clothes. They're just, you know, they're just tidy, just swimming around, minding their own business in their aquarium, in their bowl. I think we have the noise genie following us around. Let's see, what else? They don't have to be walked, they don't have to, they're quiet. They come in a lot of different colors. They're very vibrant. Just having an aquarium in your house can improve the quality of the decor by 100-fold.
Snakes are also colorful.
Yes, they are.
So are parrots, by the way.
Oh my goodness. Well, speaking of the final point for why fish are the ultimate pets, they're very playful. Kind of like a couple of my fellow Toastmasters here today in this audience. Did you know you could actually teach your fish tricks? There are a lot of YouTube videos where they show people putting their finger in the water and then the fish would jump up, and I don't know, it's kind of fun. Just go look at YouTube. Trust me, you can teach fish tricks. No, Rob, I will not call on you again. All right. The best advice I can offer, especially if you're thinking about getting a fish, is one, don't run out and buy the very first cute little fish you happen to run across. Just like if you were thinking about a dog or a cat. Don't run out and, oh, it's so cute, I'll take that animal. No. It's important to really think about what the animal needs. And in this case, what does the fish need? Does the fish need companionship, or is it kind of a loner fish? What kind of food does that fish need? What kind of water? What's the pH? All those different considerations you have to do before you take responsibility for the life of any other animal. Because that, again, is the ultimate consideration. It's the well-being and care of the creature that you have decided to adopt. And so with that in closing, I will now take questions and answers. Thank you, Rob. You have a question or an answer? Or both?
I have a question. You just described the whole thought process about going before you decide which fish to take. But before you mentioned that the fish is the easiest and the most carefree one.
Yes.
Well, you're just basically confirming my point that having fish is actually quite complicated because you have to clean the bowl, you have to manage the pH value of the water, the oxygen level, the space, the companionship. So wouldn't you say that the cat is actually easier because they are so dominant and independent? They're just basically, instead of taking a pet, you would take a boss if you have a cat. You don't have to take care of them.
So you've given this a lot of thought.
I have, yes.
Well, I appreciate those contributions to this speech, and I will take all of that under advisement. Thank you.
But would you agree with me that a cat is easier
Oh, I think I would like to consider more information, and maybe I can talk to you after this session, and you can give me more information so I can reconsider my opinion. Any other questions and or answers? Excuse me. Bang, is there something I'd like to hear what you have to say? You seem pretty excited about what you're talking about. Could you share with the group here?
Oh, sorry. I was talking like.
Let me give you the microphone so you can share with the group.
Oh, it's alright. Can I raise my voice a little bit?
Okay.
Yeah. I just talked
Oh,
to
no
that.
answers. Please take the microphone.
Okay, sorry. I just talked to Rob that my fish died. Actually, my brother's fish died because I don't know how to take care of it. So, yeah, it died. I don't know. Yeah. It's like I got to change the water, clean them, or something like that. So I accidentally killed like tens of them from actually belongs to my brother. Yeah, and I tried to keep it a secret from him. So I bought a new one and it died again. So I really over and over again. So
lazy girl.
Yeah, I have to say that. Yeah.
Well, Kaufang, I think maybe some people are not meant to have pets. That's all I can say. That might be a case for supporting that research is really necessary before taking on the responsibility of any animal. I'm really sorry to hear about the death of those fish, and must have been really sad for you. I'm so sorry. Yes, sir. Yes.
Can I ask you something?
Yes.
I don't agree at all. I once sat on I watched the home. Someone was on holiday, and they had two turtles in an aquarium, and the water was all muddy. It was like they hadn't cleaned it for like half a year. So I decided to clean it, and after that the turtles died.
Wow, the turtles died, and we all know that turtles are really having trouble all over the planet on top of that. So that must have also been pretty sad to watch. Unfortunately,
Trying to do the good thing.
Yeah, you were trying to do the right thing. I didn't know what to say, except thanks for trying to do the right thing. And this speech is not about turtles, unfortunately, either.
Well, about pets, right? That's how you start.
Actually, it's about why fish are the ultimate pets. So, are there any other questions or answers?
Yes.
One more. Thank you.
So fish are the ultimate pet, but we also eat fish every day, so why should we care if the fish die?
Why should you care if the fish die? That's the topic of a whole nother speech. So I think I will allow another Toastmaster on another day to address the topic of compassion. With that, thank you all very much for being such an attentive and inquisitive audience.